Hello, my friends. Hope everybody is well today. Today I'm going to go over what I sold on eBay. Let me make this picture a little bit bigger for you guys so you can see my ugly mug. What I sold on eBay from August 12th, 2019 to August 18th, 2019. Let me introduce myself. I'm Paul Apollonia. I've been selling on eBay since 2011, I think that thing says. It's been a long, long time. Much longer than that, actually. Probably since about 2005. Just started out selling weird things and just goofing around with it, and didn't really turn it into a business till around 2011. Became a education specialist through eBay and became a trading assistant through eBay. Education specialist is somebody who obviously teaches people how to sell on eBay, and a trading assistant was their old-time consignment program. Currently, I do a lot of consignment. Consignment is not for everyone. Got to be, it's a little tough sometimes with people not wanting to get rid of their things and wanting to get mega bucks for something that's worth a couple pennies. And I also do a lot of parting out of items. I also have a huge network of people that give me things. I always tell people that are in this business, always let everybody you know what you're doing. Very important, because it's amazing what people will just call you up and say, I've got this. I've got an example of of one thing I sold that somebody gave me on this weeks of things I've sold. I was out most of the week on business and pleasure, so my sales were not that great, and also it is August, and sales are always a little slower in August due to it being summertime in the USA and people away on vacation. So let's get this show on the road. There's not going to be many items. I'm also going to try and keep these videos a little bit shorter and not show you a ton of redundant items that I show you every week. If I do, I may let one slip through by accident, but that's not the purpose of it. I want to keep these shorter. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. It means a lot to me, and liking them, subscribing to my channel, please. So let's get this show on the road. Here is the number one item I sold for that week, and I got this item for free. People know what I do. I'm a member of a lot of networking groups. Someone called me and said, I got a bunch of stuff at my house I just want to get rid of. Do you want it? I think my wheels on my van were squealing in the driveway as I hung up the phone. Went over there. This did take a while to sell. I listed this sometime in the spring, and it took till about August to sell. The key with shipping these is making sure you pack them properly. Always best to overpack. I use bubble wrap. I get 99% of my bubble wrap and packing material for free from dumpsters and other connections I have. I don't jump in the dumpster. I just reach in and grab it from the dumpster. Also, when I sell electronics, I also show it with the power on, which is right here. Let me shrink this down. You've seen my ugly mug a little bit there. Also comes with a remote. The remote itself could have sold for about $35, $40, but I just want to get rid of it altogether instead of breaking it up. As you notice, they're not white background. They're actually on my dining room table, as you can tell. I could have done them on white background. I probably should have done them on white background, but I did not. I just want to get the thing listed. You can even see it's not even that clean. I usually clean the item more than that. I don't know what I was thinking that day. Always take a picture of the back, and I break it up the back so people know what's going on. Always take a picture of the bottom when you're selling electronics. A lot of electronics get water damage, and that's a great way to show if there's water damage. And it's not okay if it has water damage, but you want to state that it has water damage. People don't like a rust on the bottom of the unit. There's the inside of the remote. There is a little bit of battery damage on the remote. I cleaned it out the best I could. I think I may have even stated that in the listing, but always open up the battery compartment and take a picture of it with no batteries in it. You can use vinegar or baking soda. You can use white vinegar, or you can use a mixture of baking soda and water, and do your best to get most of the battery acid out. Sometimes it just comes right out. Anymore, today's batteries, when they leak, they're not as bad as the old-time batteries. It would get in there, and it would be a nightmare to get out. There is the picture of the remote working. Look how dirty that remote is. I should have cleaned that a little bit. How I did that was I put my phone camera on, and I put the remote up to the phone like this, and I pressed buttons, and I took pictures. You obviously cannot see the infrared of the remote, but your phone camera can. That is one trick I do when I'm selling remotes. I always press as many buttons as I can to make sure that the remote works and I can see it working. And I think that is all the pictures for that item. Let me go over what exactly I do in each item so we're not redundant with every item here. We don't have many. We probably have about 5 items that I'm going to show you. I sold more than this, but this is just 5 of the items that were obscure, not normal to what I normally sell. Also did some Facebook sales and other sales. Always good to have side income coming in too when you're doing this. I don't care what anybody says. You need side income. You need a side hustle. You need lots of side hustles when you're doing this. Either through YouTube, whatever. I do headlight restoration and whatever. So here is the title. Pretty straightforward. I'm not worried about grammar. I'm worried about what people are searching for. And I always use this right here, this part of the description. I upgraded. Actually, I didn't. It's not mine. But I made it sound like it was mine. Now, the person got it. He was thrilled with it, obviously. It wasn't that far away. Shipping wasn't that bad. I priced it as what I saw others selling for. I think I priced a little high, but I did eventually sell it. So I always use the seller notes part under the condition of the item. Basically, I have the same comments here as I have. Why isn't this working? As I have down here. I also am crazy with the item specifics. You want to use these. eBay loves them and Google loves them. You also want to make sure you try and use the item specifics that are in the pull-down menu, because millions of people have searched for that, for those under those words or descriptions, whatever. And that's about it. I always, I rarely ever do free shipping. I'm trying to get back more into free shipping. I know people like free shipping. I also know a lot of sellers that do very well without offering free shipping. I also do global shipping. That's an option when you're creating your listing. You'll see international shipping. A global shipping is a program to eBay real quick. It is where you ship the item to Kentucky. They have a big center there. And once they get it to Kentucky, once it is in their hands, which you will get a message and an email or whatever from eBay saying it's there, you are out of the picture. It is eBay's responsibility to get it to the buyer from there. It can get lost, damaged, whatever. Just make sure you are packing it correctly when you ship it to Kentucky. You can't just throw it in a box. It has to be packed correctly. eBay has been known to open up the boxes to make sure that the proper item is in there. I've heard some nightmares, not many, 1 or 2 people in all my years of selling on eBay that have had a problem with global shipping. I love it. It's not for everybody. Some sellers don't like it, and some buyers don't like it. Just a little FYI, if you're not using global shipping and somebody asks you, can you please send us as a gift? Say no, it's against the law. They are avoiding taxes. So let's come down here. I did a guesstimate on the shipping. I don't even know what I charged for the shipping. I forget. Oh, there it is, $39. I think it cost me about $32 to ship this thing. It was heavy. Probably about 35 pounds this thing was. I always pick economy shipping. Well, I try to pick economy shipping. Sometimes I mess up and I don't. Some people think that screws you because the buyer sees economy shipping 5 to 9 days. I like it because economy shipping gives me the option to pick any of the shipping options eBay offers. I can do it priority mail, whatever, just FedEx, FedEx Home, whatever. I can use anything. If I were to pick priority mail, in eBay's eyes, I have to ship that priority. If I ship it any other way, I don't get proper coverage on shipping. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did have something priority, and there was no way I could have shipped that priority. It would have cost me more than the item cost me, and I would have made nothing. So I did let that slip through, and that went through without a problem. But so that opens me up to, I should really create another shipping option and have a priority and let the buyer pick what they want and just up the shipping. But I just really haven't had time. I guess I really should make time to do that. So let's go to the next item here. We've only got 4, and I don't want to make this really long for you guys. I've already gone through all the listing practices that I do and everything. So we'll just talk about stuff. This is a gas tank I got for nothing off of a lawnmower that somebody gave me. I don't even know who gave it to me. I used to do small engine repair. People used to give me lawnmowers. I used to work on them and try and sell them on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. And it was great years ago. I made tons of money doing that about 6-7 years ago. There were Saturdays and Sundays where I'd make $800, $1,000 selling lawnmowers. It's not like that anymore. The market is dried up, and I really don't have time for people not showing up, people not wanting to give me what the lawnmower is worth. Like, I'm selling a lawnmower for $100, and they want to give me $20 for it and tell me they drove 9 hours. It's not my problem. So what I do now is when they give me a lawnmower, even if it's running, I just part it out. It's easier for me just to sell the stuff on eBay. And this basically just a lawnmower tank. This is taken on my front steps. I should have used a white background, but I did not. I'm just selling parts. I make sure I take a picture of the part number or whatever numbers are on the item, whatever I'm selling. Same thing. It took a couple of weeks to sell this. Did not make tons of money, but I think it went first class. I can't remember. It might have been right on the edge of first class. I did. I probably made about $10 on that, maybe $11, $12 on that receiver. I did really, really well. I probably made about $75 on that receiver in the previous listing, if I didn't state that. Fan blades, I do. I get these for nothing. Always look around at your thrift stores in the bins to say free. These are long tail sales, which means they take a while to sell. I list them the best I can. I get them for nothing, so I'm going in this with nothing. I'm getting gas at the gas station across the street from the thrift store, so I'm not really even going out of my way. I'm walking across the street and checking what they have in the shopping carts to say free. Take pictures of both sides of the fan blades. I take picture of the measurement, length, width. Now, what I do here is, let me show you real quick. I know I probably explained this to you before, but I'll go really, really quick on this, because I know new people want to see some of this stuff. I make a template at the end of a listing, A and B, and I give you those measurements. There's B, there's A. I'm also crazy about saying all this stuff in the description and in this here, so people know. And I had only one problem with the fan blades from one person, and they bought them, and they gave me a great review, and they said, hey, it's on me. I made a mistake. I didn't look at the measurements. And I even messaged them back saying, hey, look, they only cost I think they're like $8 to ship back to me, maybe $7. I don't even know where this person was living at. I said, if you want to ship them back to me, and I'll just refund you the original cost. And I never heard back from them. They were happy. I don't know what they do. You could probably re-drill them, I guess, or whatever. So I do really well. I mean, well with these. I mean, I make about $12, maybe $14 on these things for every set I sell. And I've got a lot of sets still to list. Like I said, they're long tail sales. You're not going to make $1 million, but most of my sales on eBay are between $10 profit and up to about $35. I do have those gems to bring me more, like that receiver. I have a good mix of everything, but I'm a firm believer in the small sales is what gets you through. I will sell stuff pretty cheap. I am trying to tone that down a little bit. If somebody gives me a bunch of items of the same thing, like I sold these bicentennial stamps, I think you've seen that before, I will do that. Those I get hardly nothing for, and I really shouldn't do it, but I just do it just to get them out of there and get them up and get a sale, and they're quick ships. Oh, here we go right here. I didn't realize this was next. This is the item I was talking about, the bicentennial stamps. Not making a lot of money off of these, almost making not much, to be honest with you. I choose to ship these through eBay. I could throw a few stamps, physical postage stamps on them, probably 2 stamps, where they're about 50 cents a piece. Would cost me $1, but I do it through first class, print a label out, put them in an envelope, and get them that way so that I have tracking information. I could save myself probably $2 on these. I don't make a lot of money on these at all. I probably make about $4, $4.50. but I've sold about 25 of these. So I did pretty good. It's a real quick ship. They're already in that envelope. I just put them in a bigger white envelope, seal it, slap a first class label on. I already know it's 2 ounces. I think it's 1.5 ounces, but I always go up to the next ounce, maybe even to the next ounce too. I'm better safe than sorry. I don't insure them, and people are thrilled with them when they get them. They're not getting them damaged. If I think they're going a long distance, I'll wrap a piece of cardboard, flat piece of cardboard around it. But they go out. I'm done selling these. I've sold all of them. Thank goodness. Would make a great probably gift for third quarter for the holidays, I'm sure. Oh, this is our last item, and I don't know why it scrolled down. Let's scroll down. Dishwasher racks. I do really well with these at times. The Bosch dishwasher racks sell incredibly well for certain models, and I make a lot of money on the Bosch ones. I can probably clear about $45 profit on these. I get these from Craigslist. I set up a alert on Craigslist in the free section to look for dishwashers, and I run out and grab the dishwashers. I sell the racks, and I sell the control board. I don't have any way of really testing the control board. If they state it's not draining right, or it's leaking, or it's something like that, 90% of the time the control board is good. If they state, well, something's not right with the buttons, then I don't mess with the control board. The control boards for the Bosch on some models you can get really good money for. You can make about $80 on them. So be aware of that. Just always look up the part number. I look up the part. I look at the model number on Google. And let me show you what I do here real quick. I know I've shown this part before, and I'm being redundant again, but there it is. I always have the model number from the appliance at the last photo of the item. And people ask me, how do you ship these things? It's very easy. I used to get a big box and use bubble wrap and then put them in bubble wrap. And blah, 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 blah. What I do now is I just take a big box, either from a big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot. I get nothing for saying that. And I just lay the rack down on the cardboard, reverse it. I cut the box open, big box, open it wide, reverse the box so the writing's on the inside, lay the rack down, fold it, and then tape it, and then I Frankenstein a box. You can use a heavy-duty box through those stores. That's up to you. It's about $2 and change. I just use a regular box at about $1 something, and it's there. And these have shipped all over the country without a problem. I mean, you'd have to run this thing over to damage it. So that is it, my friends. I really appreciate you watching. I want to announce we have a big eBay event coming September 14th and 15th in Raleigh. Those links will be down below in the comments. We're going to have from 9 to 4 on Saturday. This is a free event. Free, again. I love free because I'm frugal. On Saturday, be a bunch of eBay people there from eBay. Dana Crawford will be there. WorthPoint will be there. Will, from president of WorthPoint, will be there. It'll be a lot of fun. And Sunday, we're going to the state fairgrounds flea market, and we're going to do some treasure hunting using WorthPoint. WorthPoint is sponsoring that. I think they're buying us lunch. I'm not sure. But that'll be great. Please come to that. That'll be a lot of fun. That's where you basically go out and you find things at the flea market and you see if they're valuable or not using WorthPoint or asking people that are there with us. That is a lot of fun. I recommend, if you know a bunch of sellers in your area, to go out and do that. Go to thrift stores. It's a lot of fun. I do it through my Meetup. I also run the Raleigh eBay Meetup group, and I do trainings, and all that stuff is down below. I don't want to waste your time. I want to thank you guys again for watching. I really, really appreciate it. You have a great day. I'll see you now.